And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Friday, January 28th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody, and welcome on a Friday morning. Turn myself up.
There you go.
I'm up.
Okay, it's up.
All right. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
We're getting things right here this morning. So, on the air for Wilson Bank and Trust, and Kevin Sanders is here this morning. Kevin, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
I think you're turned up good. All right. Kevin is Senior Vice President, West Wilson Market Leader, and he's here, of course, to do the commercial this morning. It's good to see you again.
Sure, it's good to see you too, Coleman.
And how are things going?
Excellent. We are just busy and blowing and going there. I'm in the Mount Juliet area, and all of Wilson Bank's our entire footprint. We're just blessed to be in a great market.
Well, I know you've got something special to talk about this morning, but before you do that, just a little more about you. How long you been with the bank?
I've been 16. It'll be 17 years in May, just since out of college, and it's just been a great career, just a great workplace to work. So, incredibly blessed to be able to work in my hometown and my community.
Anything in particular that attracted you to banking, other than having a good job?
That's a great question, Coleman. It's, really about working in my community, getting to be ingrained in the community and hopefully be able to make a difference in people's lives is the biggest impact.
Well, what do you specifically want to talk about this morning?
Sure. I'm here to talk about our 22 Southern Home and Garden Expo. We're back in person. That 2022 Southern Home and Garden Expo presented by Wilson Bank and Trust is at the Farm Bureau Expo Center on February 11th and 12th, which is coming up just in a couple weeks. This is our 29th annual show, and it's a home and garden show. We've got 93 different vendors that's going to be participating, so they're going to be representing everything home-related, indoor, outdoor, decorating, to roofing, to HVAC, you name it. If it's related to the home and garden and lawn and landscape, you're going to find something there for you.
Well, this has been, I think, a great effort. Has really worked well for the bank, and I mean, we can kind of put two and two together here. Most people, when they buy big ticket items like you're going to see here, they a lot of times need a loan to do that. So that's where the bank comes in. But you've done, I think, such a great job of presenting this, and the fact that you've done it now. This will be the 29th year, you said, so 28 successful years.
That's right. Last year was virtual, but being back in person this year is huge. Admission is always free for this event, and it's really about giving back, kind of like what I said about myself, giving back to our small businesses. All of these vendors most of them are all local small businesses right here in our area, so it's a way for us as the bank to give back to those businesses, and then also it's a kickoff to our lending year. One of the things that Wilson Bank does good about is construction lending. So we'll have different construction loan specials there, home equity lines of credit specials available only at the show as well too.
Yeah, I think that if you're interested in something like this, and you have a little bit of time to make a decision, but not very long. The special, and you got to come and find out what it is and sort of register or get your name in the pot. So
always a good thing to come and talk and meet with any of our lenders and have those discussions, start that discussion, and then of course you can come into any branch as well too after the show or even before the show and talk to any of our lenders about all construction needs as well. So, but to get back to the show is on Friday, February 11th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then we're back again on Saturday, February the 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So
late afternoon and evening, and then all day the next day.
That's right. We've got a great crew covering all of our Wilson and also our Eastern Davidson County markets of lenders working here. So you're going to be able to meet with local small businesses and local lenders there that actually are making the decisions for your loans, which is huge. It's critical.
Well, it's something that, and by the way, let me remind Senator Pody, it's the week off or the week before one. We're going to have you on the second half because Wilson Bank gets the whole 30 minutes, and I'll look at my calendar and see which one it is. But it's coming up, and in fact that Kevin's here today reminds me of that. Anything else about that you want to mention?
Yeah, so we're just going to be a ton of giveaways at the show. Fakes and Hookers, Cedar City RVs got a giveaway, Countrywood Accents. Wilson Bank and Trust will be giving away a $500 MasterCard, a weed eater, a blower. We've got Home Depot kids kits that they can build, whether it's a birdhouse or a race car. You know how they do those at those places. So there is something for everybody. We're saying there's over $13,000 of giveaways there. On Saturday, we're going to have seminars. So we've got Classy Cactus, Middle Tennessee Electric, Nashville Super Speedway is going to be there. They're going to have their pace car. So there's going to be something for everybody.
Oh, wow. You really rolled it out this year, no doubt.
That's right.
Well, again, those dates in February.
That's right. It's February 11th and 12th. On Friday, February 11th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then again on Saturday, February 12th, 9 to 5.
Well, that's 2 weeks from now.
That's right.
2 weeks from now. Okay. Well, thank you, Kevin, for being with us this morning. We look forward to talking more about that, and it's good to see you, and have a safe trip back to Mount Juliet.
Thank you, Coleman.
All right. Kevin Sanders here for Wilson Bank and Trust, Senior Vice President, West Wilson Market Leader. And we always remind you, Wilson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. They're still here, still independent, still committed to you. Excellence in banking since 1987. Thank you so much. Okay, 10 minutes after the hour, and it is time for our Friday Senate report with Senator Mark Pody.
Good morning, Coleman.
It's good to see you today.
Coleman, it is. And, first, I want to thank everybody for the thoughts and prayers. I've been gone for a week, and my father-in-law has been in hospice, and he's stable now, but they had called in the family last week and said if anybody wants to come up, they better come up right then. So my wife and I, we were up in Wisconsin for a while, but he's still with us, still stable. I'm fortunate that he knows the Lord, so we know that when he goes to heaven, but it's just right around the corner. It's hard, for the family to go through something like this.
And I've got to ask you about your wife. Did she come back or did she stay in Wisconsin?
No, she's in Wisconsin. She's not going to leave until he actually passes. And, I understand, and I'm going to support whatever she needs. And I told her, I said, honey, I got my plane ticket. Just call me as soon as you need me to come up. So I'm ready to go right back up as soon as she calls.
Well, how long have you been back?
Came back last night. So actually the night before. So I got in about 1 o'clock on Wednesday night, whatever. So I was there for session Thursday morning.
Yesterday morning at 1 o'clock, and then at the session at what time?
So I had to be down in Nashville about 7:30. So it's been good. I'm glad that I'm back and was able to get caught up. And I want to thank the advisory board, because I met with them. That we meet on Thursday afternoons, and we meet. They rotate on a monthly basis on who comes and helps me. But they're so gracious in helping me go through bills, helping me get caught up. And they did. We had a lot of work to do yesterday, and they met with us, and they actually helped review a lot of the bills. So I want to thank everybody that was in the January advisory board.
Anything you caught up on maybe that got done, accomplished, or finished or voted on even
Yes.
while you were gone?
Well, the redistricting was the biggest thing that got voted on while I was gone. However, now that I'm back, the biggest thing that we actually did yesterday was something called the balanced billing bill. And that means if you go into the hospital or whatever, sometimes you got your insurance company, the doctor's covered, the hospital's covered underneath your insurance, but they might have somebody like an anesthesiologist or somebody that's not in network. And you get a bill for that when you get out of the hospital, and you think, I never even knew that doctor was not in my network or whatever, and they're stuck with sometimes thousands of dollars worth of bills. So we passed something to go along with the federal bill that just went through to make sure that kind of stuff doesn't happen anymore. So when you go in, you get a much better and a clear idea of what you're going to have to pay for different operations when you go in.
Was there much opposition to that?
Not really. A lot of the people kind of fought it early on, but we've been working on this for several years, and I was co-sponsor on this bill, so we're glad that it passed.
Well, hopefully it will clear up some muddy water there, to say the least. That's a bad situation, and I don't know what it does to the provider, but they need to have a better way of doing things, and I think you're going to force it on.
That's exactly right. We just don't want somebody to be surprised, and we'll still pay. But if somebody's going to come and they're not in network, we need to know about it before we go in and have that operation or whatever. And Coleman, I'm coming bearing gifts for you this morning.
Oh,
Coleman, every 2 years they come out with a brand new blue book.
yes.
And so these just came out last week. So you're one of the very first people I'm coming to give a blue book to. And it's got lots of information that people can go through. And this is the most current one that we have. And last time that they came out, of course, they were yellow. So the blue book was yellow in honor of the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment. But this year, they're back to being blue like they should be, and I want to make sure that you have one.
Well, thank you so much. I treasure those, and there's such a wealth of information. Just about anything you want to know about state government, you can find in the blue book.
That's exactly right. So that's an awesome thing to have. And if anybody else wants one, please contact my office, and Debbie will help arrange to get one to you.
All right, it's about time for a break, so let's do that. Take a break right here. Our Friday Senate report on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by Bates Ford and Lifetime Brake Pad Guarantee. With the purchase of a brake service, replacement brake pads will be provided at no cost for as long as the customer owns a vehicle. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now in traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic's building pretty good through Mount Juliet right now on 40 westbound, headed towards Nashville. Couple of wrecks around town. Bell Road at Cane Ridge, South Nashville, getting some attention, or that's in Antioch actually. 13,000 like an OHV, that's South Nashville. M. Hill Pike at Arlington Avenue. That wreck does have some injuries. PensacolaBeach.com's got everything you need to book your next getaway. Check it out this weekend at PensacolaBeach.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Are you thinking about buying a new home? Let A.G. & Johnson assist you with your new home search. From the first-time home buyer to the empty nester, we are experienced in all facets of the home buying process. We will be with you every step of the way. No matter if you are buying, selling, downsizing, or upsizing, we can assist you with your real estate needs. Call us at 615-444-0909 or find us online at agandjohnson.com or Facebook A.G. & Johnson Realty. A.G. & Johnson is your community's trusted realty and auction company.
Attention Cumberland University baseball fans. The new era of Phoenix baseball, the Ryan Hunt era, officially begins this Friday, January 28th in Shreveport, Louisiana, as the Phoenix take on the LSU Shreveport Pilots. The first game broadcast begins at 1:40 p.m., and you don't want to miss this historic event. I'm Randy Salas, and along with Coach Woody Hunt, we'll bring you all the action. 2 games on the 28th at 1:40 and 5, and 2 on the 29th at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Tune in to WCOR 1490 AM, WANTFM.com, or GoCumberlandAthletics.com.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
Coleman and Company on a Friday morning, our Friday Senate report. We are glad to have Senator Pody back in studio. Now, you did find last week from Wisconsin, and you and I have talked enough to sort of know when one is through and the other one wants to begin, and this sort of thing, which sometimes can be a little bit of a problem if it's somebody you've never interviewed before. It's a little awkward. Or put it another way, it's better live in studio, face to face, eyeball to eyeball, so to speak. But you did a good job, and we appreciate having you on last week under those circumstances.
Well, thank you, and I'd much rather be here in person as well. Coleman, I enjoy coming in to talk to not only you, but the guests. You know, I know Cox come in right after this, you know, and I enjoy seeing Judy and Mike. And but it's always nice to see people. And Kevin this morning.
But one other thing we're not so happy about, which we'll only allude to a moment here, the way the football went last weekend. We already had the Packers and the Titans in the Super Bowl.
So when I was up there, and of course I'm from Wisconsin, where I went to grade school and such, it was ironic because everybody up there was thinking we were going to be playing the Titans. They all thought it was going to be the Packers and the Titans in the Super Bowl, and they both lost. It was like the number one seeds of both. They lost in. They were close games, but still the number one seeds lost. You never know in football.
You want to talk about Cumberland this morning?
Oh, I do. I want to give a shout out. We just got the Tennessee Achievers reports in, and it shows Cumberland University. And when it shows the graduation rates, and this just means how many people, for example, complete after 1 year and they're still in class, they're showing like 76%, which is really cool. And a 3-year graduation is showing 49%. Now, when we're saying this, that is by far the highest in the entire state of Tennessee. If we looked at Austin P, they're like at 22. If you looked at Bethel University, they're at 10. Bryan College is at 22. Carson Newman, 21. I can go right down the list, and our university right here, Cumberland, 49%. They're doubling almost all the other colleges, which is absolutely amazing. I know it's Paul Stum doing a great job with his team, and everybody over there is doing an awesome job. But if somebody's going to do dollar for dollar where they're getting a good value, Cumberland's someplace they need to look.
Well, I know he's already... his head's already swelled a little bit with you saying that.
Well, and I'm a data-driven guy, and this is just the data from across the state. So nobody was promoting Cumberland, not promoting it. It shows all the colleges and all the records, and this is what the number's showing. And I'm very proud to be representing them here in Wilson County when I'm saying they're the number one in the entire state.
Well, I'm just tickled to hear this and happy for Dr. Stum, too.
Yes.
And the whole people, all the people over there. We have a great relationship with Cumberland University.
I do. I really like talking to Dr. Bill McKee. He's just like an historian, and he can tell a story and really make it come alive when you're talking to him. So he's been really cool. But something else that we're doing right now is, of course, everybody is pulling petitions to be running again. And I know I'm up for re-election this year, and I've already got invitations to a lot of different events for candidates, meet and greets. I think that's going to be the whole summer. Starting now, they're already kicking off. I know as I get these things, I can't even file my own petition yet, but I've gotten a lot of invitations, not only for Wilson County here, but also for Davidson County. So I got a lot of people I'll be meeting in there. Something else that's going on is we just got the report back from anybody that had trouble from the tornadoes. If you lost your job, you couldn't work for a short period of time. For example, your building was torn down or whatever, it was hit by a tornado. There is some unemployment available right now. So the feds came through and they authorized it for Wilson County. So if somebody had issues with that tornado and they couldn't work for a week or two, they can get a little bit of money from us. So please call our office if you have any issues.
Okay.
Now, next week, though, Coleman, we got some big things happening. And this happens every single year. We're in the last week in January, and it's going to be the State of the State. And so the governor's going to come, and of course the president does the whole country. He does the State of the Union. But the president or the governor comes along and does the State of the State. This is the time of year that he'll be doing it. He'll be doing it Monday night. It'll be in joint session, and this is going to kind of lay out what his goals are for the legislative session. So, we all can have our own individual goals as legislators, but this is where the governor is going to be saying, look, this is where I want to focus, and we'll be seeing, he'll present a budget coming up. Now, he can present the budget, but that's all he can do. We're the ones that actually have to vote on the budget and allocate where the money goes. He can make suggestions. I want to spend more money here, more money there, and we appreciate that. But in the final analysis, he can't vote on that. He can only spend the money the way that we tell him he can.
What do you expect?
I actually expect a couple big things. One's going to be the funding for education. And he has been doing a lot of studying, and he's had committees going across the state and meetings and such with all stakeholders of saying, we had what they call the BEP, and it's the Basic Education Program, and that's been a very, very convoluted way to allocate money. But it would take money from like Wilson County and give it to counties that don't have as much of a tax base. And their wealth might not be in those counties, so we wouldn't get as much from the state where other counties would get more. That means that we have to pay more for our from local taxes for our own education here, rather than what others might have to do across the state. So he's been funding school systems with that BEP, is what it's been set up for like 30 some years. Now we're going to be saying, instead of funding the school systems, should we be funding that individual student instead? And I think he's going to be coming up with some proposals along that line. I haven't seen the details yet. He'll be bringing those out on Monday. We've seen some of it come out, but not all of it, and we'll find out a little bit more of what he's going to be looking at.
Do you anticipate more money in the budget for education? And if so, where is that going to come from?
Yes, I do anticipate more money for education. So if we're looking at it per student right now, what we're paying, I think that we're going to be paying a little bit more per student as going forward. And Tennessee if we look at nationwide, we don't pay as much as a lot of other states do. So we actually get a pretty good value for the dollar that we put in education. And I think that we're going to see that money going in. Now, Tennessee has a lot of surplus right now, and we don't want to take any one-time money and put it into something that's reoccurring. For example, some of the surplus came from the federal government, where they gave us billions of dollars to say, hey, here's some money to help get through the COVID relief and so forth. We don't want to use any of that money for something that's going to be reoccurring. So we want to watch what we're doing, but we are still getting reoccurring expenses on our sales tax and such. And I think we're going to see him kind of tap into some of that money to help fund schools a little bit more.
What's your position on this? I mean, I think you've been pretty much pro-education.
Absolutely. In fact, I got a couple education bills I'm running this year. I'll be running, I think, 3 of them. But I can't tell you how much I support our teachers. I think that they're doing an outstanding job. If there's the number one key indicator of what's going to happen in a student's life and how well they're doing, it's the teachers. It's not how good the buildings are. That's all nice. It's not how many programs they have. They're all nice. But what really makes a difference is those individual teachers. And I want to be a strong supporter of those individual teachers. Anytime that I can say, vote for a raise for those teachers or whatever, I try and do that.
Is there anything that's going to be, you can make politics out of almost anything, but I guess to ask it another way, how political do you anticipate what he's going to present is going to be?
It'd be a little bit contentious, but not much. I don't think that because we're not taking any money away from the school systems, they're all, I think most of them are going to say we always want more. No matter what, they're always going to say we'd like a little bit more. But overall, they shouldn't take a loss. And I think that if the students were trying to give parents a little bit more of a choice and let them be in charge of the education of where they want their students to go and so forth, and we want to make sure that that money is going to help them make those choices. We don't want to do anything that's going to hurt public education, but we definitely want to do something that we can help our students. And we have gone through a huge issue with virtual schools, people in school, not in class, and so forth over the last 2 years. We want to find a way that we can help parents make better choices going forward.
Well, it's going to be interesting to hear his presentation and find out kind of where he's coming from on this. What else do you anticipate him to come on strong about Monday night?
Okay, so I think he's going to be also talking about what are we going to do to get prisoners that are in prison right now, and this is something he's talked about for years. How can I get them back into the workforce? If we just get them out of prison, they don't have a place to live, they don't have a job, they don't have anything to go, they seem to fall right back into that criminal society and those old habits that they know. And his goal is to say, if we can get them, number one, a career, a trade, or something where they can earn a living wage, and if we can, number two, make sure that they can come out with housing facilities, it should give us a better opportunity to keep them from going right back into crime and ending back in the prison system. So he's going to be talking about some things along those lines is what I'm thinking.
You anticipate any need for a tax increase?
No taxes increases. In fact, I'm anticipating we're going to be reducing taxes. We will find some way to give some of this money back to the taxpayers. But I will tell you, I want to do more. I want to actually give money into our rainy day fund again. We're very good there. But there's going to be a bubble coming. We've got to be prepared. We also need to put some money into our state. It's going to be a way that we paid for our pensions, but we haven't paid for the benefit packages for our state employees. So if we look at that, we're going to be hundreds of millions of dollars short when all the analysis says that we have not put enough money into that program to pay people's health insurance and so forth when they retire. We got their pensions covered, but we don't have everything else. And we need to cover it. So some of those kind of holes that we see right now, I would rather make sure we fill all those holes before we start any new programs or anything like that. Let's get that ship righted before we go forward.
You're pretty much a stickler for having things in really good order financially.
Yes, I am. And it has nothing to do with what may right now, but it is going to have it for our kids and our grandkids. I want to leave the state in a good financial condition. Now, I've got to be tell you, Coleman, Tennessee has done that, whether it's been Republicans or Democrats. We've been really good in this state of trying to be good financial managers, and I want to make sure that we continue that and even be a little bit stronger to make sure our kids and grandkids have something, at least in Tennessee, that is a well-run, fiscally conservative state.
We've got 55 seconds.
All right, so one other thing I'm going to be covering is an ethics program, and this is going to be the first time I've been involved in the Senate where we might be expelling a member. I've done that in the House when we had somebody in the House that did some things. This is somebody that was underneath federal investigation, and she's out in Memphis, so we're going to be doing that. That's going to be something totally unusual this week, and I'll give you results next week.
All right. As we say, stay tuned. This will be interesting as well to see what happens.
Absolutely.
There.
This is my first time in the Senate ever going through this.
Wow. Well, that is it for our Friday Senate report. We thank Senator Pody for being here each week, and we'll see you next week. And thanks so much for being with us today.
Absolutely.
And that is part one of Coleman and Company. More coming up. Keep it here, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota. Large inventory of new and used Kubota mowers, RTVs, tractors, hay equipment, and more coming Saturday. Free popcorn. Check out the new Kubota products. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. I'm still looking at this delay up through Robertson County as they clean up an early morning crash on 65 northbound at the 110, right when you try to get up through White House. Got traffic limping along up through there in Robertson County. It's building pretty good down through Mount Juliet right now on I-40 as all the traffic heads towards Nashville. 1200 block of Murfreesboro Pike. That wreck had some injuries over in Hermitage. Bell Road at Cane Ridge and Antioch is being cleared. Visit PensacolaBeach.com and plan out your next getaway. Log on this weekend, PensacolaBeach.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Love is in the air. Would you just love to sell your home, but you don't know what it's worth?
We would love for you to call us and we can preview your home and tell you the current market value.
There is no obligation. We love selling homes, and we would love to sell yours.
Call Judy Cox or Medina Himmentaler at Exit Rocky Top Realty. C&D Team 443-3130.
This morning we'll have a few snowflakes flying, but no accumulation will take place. Highs today will only top out in the mid-30s, so bundle up. Sunshine returns on Saturday, but we stay cold with temperatures in the upper 30s. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist T.J. Scott.
Coleman and Company, we welcome you to part two. It is a Friday morning. And let me turn everybody's mic up. Mine's up. Miss Judy's, yours is up. Medina's, yours is up. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning. Good morning. I can't quite do it like Mark Pody.
Well, the C&D team of Exit Rocky Top Realty, two of them this morning, located at 1330 West Main Street in Lebanon. And they're great people offering great service. Somebody answers the phone 24 hours a day. They're people you can trust. And Medina always reminds us to what?
Don't make a move without us.
All right, we're officially underway.
How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a Friday, although it started out like a Monday, but we're okay.
That's all right.
And we got terrific Teresa waiting in the wings. So
that's right.
Everything's going to be okay.
That's right. We're all here, Coleman. Yeah. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. Got Senator Pody's autographed that blue book for me, and I can't wait to read it and see what's new in there. But I can't wait to hear what y'all got for us this morning either.
Well, a couple things I wanted to say. I know that they were talking earlier from Wilson Bank about Cumberland University, or Mark Pody was talking about that. And we had a great experience with Cumberland University. We went out during the holidays. They had a big bowling tournament in Las Vegas. And we flew out there to watch the bowling team. And I was just amazed to spend the days with those girls and guys on that team, to see how they represented Wilson County. I was just, people talk about young people, how they, have gone to the dogs and all this kind of thing. You really saw a real example of what our community was like. They conducted themselves. They didn't know we were watching them most of the time. And because we'd be up in the stands or we'd be at the hotel, on their free time. We were with them a lot on their free time. And how people do a lot is when the coaches are not around or somebody's not watching them. But to see how they represented our town in sportsmanship with all the other teams that were playing there from other states, and just how they conducted themselves. I was so proud to say, hey, they're from our hometown. And to see those guys and girls, and they did a wonderful job at the tournament, but just to know that, excuse me, that Cumberland was represented.
Yeah.
And just because one of them is my son, that has no bearing on them, okay?
I watching him really close just to make sure he behaved. But,
yeah.
But it's really good to know that our bowling team can go off to another state and have that good representation.
All right, you're a little choked up. But
I
don't
coughed
think
on something.
Cumberland chokes her up.
It chokes me up. Cumberland does every time.
Yes. And the coaches have done a really good job. Christina and Chris Holland has done a really good job with the team this year and last year, and they're really building up the sportsmanship, and they're really getting some other recruiting from other schools and stuff. So it's they've done a really good job. So they're going to Georgia. They leave for Georgia today, so for another tournament. So this weekend they'll do a great job too.
All right. Well, that all sounds good, and we just got Cumberland in the spotlight this morning. I don't know what Teresa's going to have to say about it. She'll probably sit over and think of something.
Yeah.
What are you ready to go? Or are we ready to talk into real estate this morning?
Yes, I was going to tell you about some listings that we've got. We've got the one on Lovers Lane, and it's got a new price of $264,900. And remember, it's sitting on 2 acres. And it's a mobile home, but it's a mobile home that you could live in while you build your other house, remove the mobile home. It's a beautiful 2-acre lot, fenced in, that has beautiful mature trees. And right now, of course, there's no leaves on them, but when the leaves get there on the trees, it's beautiful. Yeah. But it's down Lovers Lane right off of Rome Pike, so
I'm surprised that's still available, to be honest. You've been talking about it for a week or two here, and I know about where that is.
Yes.
And it's quiet and serene, but it's just a little ways from town.
That's right. And you feel like you're in the country, but you're 5 minutes from everything.
Yeah.
So that one is listed at $264,900. And then we have another listing. We tell you that we go anywhere you want to go. So now we have went to Cookeville. So we have a listed in Cookeville. It's a family that the parents passed away, and we knew the family, so they wanted us to take care of it in Cookeville. So off to Cookeville we went. So we have it listed, and it's listed at $249,900, and it's a little right at 1,500 square feet. It's 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, with a sunroom, a fenced-in backyard as well, and it's about on 1/3 of an acre, and it's in town, so it'd be great for a college student to rent, or have roommates there, or it's one level as well, so you could have a young married or single person, or whatever.
Well, this might be one of those deals where you've got a student going there, go buy the house,
That's
let
right.
the student have it, and rent the other part out, and let them pay for your...
That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Coleman. But it has a sunroom that was put on it. It has gas heat, and it has all the appliances are there, but it has carpet with hardwood underneath it, but it's a beautiful starter home. And it also has a carport, but it's listed at $249,900. And coming back to Wilson County, if you're looking to build, we have some lots close to the lake. They have a lake view or close to the lake. We have those available. And then we also have some lots that it's 23 acres that can be subdivided to build on or to do whatever with that. And then we also have some farm tracks on the Smith County, Wilson County line. So we have a little bit of everything.
I believe it.
So we have starter homes, middle stage homes, and some lots and tracks for you to build on or divide up however you want to. So, us two to get it done. So that's why you don't want to make a move without us. I snuck it in again.
All right.
And
Well,
we just wanted to do a shout out to MJ and congratulate her on being nominated for the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
We're excited. I mean, how many radio stations have two people?
That's right.
How does that happen? So we're excited for her being nominated. She well deserves it. And to think about, I loved reading her story
Yes.
of how she started out and how long she's been in it, as young as she is. So
I've already voted for her.
well, great. I wish we all could vote.
Yes, I know.
But we're excited for her to be recognized like that.
Well, it's a great honor, and I hope she gets it. If not the first time, the second. If not the second, the third,
That's
or whatever.
right. Well, just to be nominated is such an honor to set her aside for all these people to know how she started as a young lady
right.
and went all this way. So
And
we're
we've
excited.
had her here for a good while now.
And we want to keep her here.
What else you got this morning?
I
Teresa's chomping at the bit to get busy
She's
here.
got a
I
whole
know.
bunch of paperwork over there. But no, we just want anybody, spring is coming around the corner, even though right now it's cold. You need to be getting your house ready. And we're going out to several listings in the next few days to look at the people's homes and tell them what we think we can get for it and tell them what they need to do to get it ready for market. So just call us, because right now is a great time to let us come on out so you can be working on what you got to do so we can have it in there by springtime.
And if you're even thinking about selling,
yeah.
you want to take advantage of this great
That's right.
time
That's right.
now.
It's
That's
a
it,
great
exactly.
selling time right now. You'll get more for your house right now than you probably have ever in the time frame that we've been in it.
Well, thank y'all for being with us. We'll see you next week. And Medina.
And just to shout out Kristen Ragsdale, you don't make a move without us.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's great. Thank y'all so much. Miss Judy and Medina Hemmentoller, and I will get your name out here, Medina. 20 minutes before the hour, Teresa Botts joins us this morning, and it's always a pleasure to have her come. As Billy Goodman says, when you come on the last Friday of the month, he knows he's got the next day off.
If I don't come on a Friday, he stays home anyway. He thinks he gets to stay
Well,
home.
that's not really right, but
Well, Coleman,
he'd like to.
Coleman, I brought you a book today too.
Oh,
You know, Mark Pody brought you a blue book, and you got him to sign it, and you will not want me to sign this book. But this came into the senior center. Somebody was getting rid of some books, and it is the bathroom sports quiz book.
oh.
So you know when you do this reading, there's a picture
I
of a
get it.
toilet on the
I
front.
get it.
But this was actually it's an old book. It was copyrighted in 1986, so some of the questions might be old news and may not even be relevant anymore. But I don't know anybody that loves sports and sports trivia more than you, Coleman. So I think you will enjoy. I enjoyed looking through it, and some of the things, what quarterbacks had the most whatever. And in 1986 it was somebody else, but now I'm sure it's Tom Brady or somebody like that. But anyway, I thought you'd enjoy that book, and no, I'm not going to sign it, Coleman.
Well, all
Not
right.
signing the bathroom book, okay? But enjoy it. I
am
thought
going
you'd get a
to,
kick
and
out
I
of it.
appreciate that so much. Appreciate you thinking of me.
If I had a cornhole book, you'd want it too, right, Coleman?
Yeah, I guess.
We've got cornhole this
I'm
afternoon at the
planning to be
Lebanon
there.
Senior Citizen Center.
Got to defend my last championship.
You do, and that was in December. I was so excited. I said, I've got several free afternoons. I'm going to do 3 cornhole tournaments in January, and 2 of them got snowed out.
Well, I don't think today's going to get snowed out.
No,
And I hope nothing else happens to prevent it.
Let's don't let it.
I don't know when I've ever won 2 times in a row, so
Wouldn't
maybe
that be
I have,
cool?
but it's been a long time.
It would
Well,
be
a lot
great.
depends on who your partner is.
It
and I had a
does.
good partner last time.
You did get a good partner, but
we both
sometimes
did good.
you're just playing good, so it's a lot of fun. It
Well,
is.
when you come, you got so much, and I don't interrupt an awful lot, and I'm going to let you take it away here.
Well-
'cause I know you've got a lot going.
I do. We have got so much going on, but the biggest thing that's coming up is our Valentine Dinner. And it's our biggest fundraiser of the year, and we have to do fundraisers. We have a budget to meet, and we have to pay the electric and the gas bill, and the cost of groceries has gone up so much. And we have got our annual Valentine Dinner that did not happen last year. We squeezed it in 2020, in February of 2020, before the world shut down. But we didn't get to have our Valentine Dinner last year, and it really affected our budget. But it's going to be Saturday, February the 12th, and it's going to be at the Mill here in Lebanon, and the doors open at 5 o'clock. We won't serve the meal until 6 o'clock, but then we'll be there having a great evening of dancing and music and entertainment, door prizes galore. We've got a silent auction. Tick Bryan is going to be our DJ, and he'll be doing all the music. Danny McCorkle was not able to come this time.
Oh.
So I said, Tick, it's all on you, and have some wonderful music to play. He always does Unchained Melodies for us, and Tick does a great job with that. And I said, okay, we need all the love songs you can muster up, Tick. But it's going to be a really great night. It's $50 per person, so we went up on it a little bit, but it's a fundraiser, and we have to do this to keep our doors open. And you get a choice of beef or chicken, tossed salad, roasted new potatoes, green beans, rolls, and then a dessert. We'll have a wine bar and then tea and coffee. And we've got wonderful sponsors. We've got wonderful silent auction items, but we need more. I actually think we only have about 2 more tables, that maybe 3 that could have sponsors, because we are so well supported in our community, but we can always use more. And silent auction items. So this year, there is a group from Leadership Wilson, and I am supposed to say that this is the best class ever, and they are going to be the best team ever. And I'll tell you who's on this team. My sister, Sherry Shedd, is on this team. Because I said, just hello, if y'all want a good cause, come do the Senior Citizen Center. But they do have the best team ever. I will tell you, Mike Steplowski, and you might know his beautiful daughter that is the Miss Fairest of the Fair. I think it's Reed Steplowski. Mm-hmm. Mike is this tech genius. He is this great, wonderful man that I never got the opportunity to meet. But Sherry said, we're so lucky that Mike is on our team. So Mike Steplowski, and then Kathy Simone, and I believe that Kathy is with Prospect, and Kelly Morency. I hope I say that right. And she's young. She brought her baby to our meeting the other day, and she is just a go-getter. Oh, I can do this. I can do that, because they know how to do all this computer stuff. And then Lisa O'Gwen. And Lisa's mom has been a member at the Senior Center for many years, Miss Ruby. And so Lisa has the heart for the Senior Center. She said, oh, yes, we need to support the Senior Center. And then Teresa Shelton, who works with Vanderbilt Wilson and has had a big role at the Senior Center over the years. So they're a great team, and they have kind of taken over not just our silent auction. They have brought in a lot of sponsors, and they are recruiting some really great silent auction items, and they've gotten us some great sponsors this year. But we are so excited to have this Leadership Wilson team, who is going to be the best team ever because they chose us. And we were talking the other day, we hope the legacy goes on and Leadership Wilson will get smart and know they're all going to be old one day, and we need the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center to be around for years and years and years to come. So,
all right, you convinced me.
Well, you already have tickets, Coleman. You and Helen have supported us every year for as long as I can remember. But if you want to come eat dinner with Coleman, come on out.
All right. We got to take a break right here.
Let's
Teresa
take a break.
Botts with Lebanon Senior Citizen Center will continue her discussion in a moment on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And at 7:48, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, that regular oil change, $28.95 up to 5-course oil, tax and disposal, $16.73 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. I'm looking at a car on its top out here on 65 southbound, right past Vietnam Vets in Madison. It's got traffic crazy slow coming down from the north now. On 65 southbound, this car is on its top. Here, we're blocking several lanes of traffic here in the Madison area, 65 southbound, just past Vietnam Vets. Hey, PensacolaBeach.com's got everything you need to book your next getaway. Log on today, PensacolaBeach.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Get ready to be inspired at the Southern Home and Garden Expo presented by Wilson Bank and Trust. At this in-person event, you can connect with local vendors, explore new products and services, and meet our experienced local lenders who can help you bring your visions to life. Visit the Southern Home and Garden Expo at the Farm Bureau Expo Center in Lebanon on Friday and Saturday, February 11th and 12th, or visit WBTHomeGardenExpo.com for details. Giveaways and prizes will be featured at the event, so don't miss out. Wilson Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
She's taken care of you your whole life. Now it's your turn to take care of her. But with a family of your own and other responsibilities, there just aren't enough hours in the day. That's why it might be time to call the Pavilion Senior Living. From bathing, dressing, housekeeping, and meals, the Pavilion Senior Living is committed to being senior living you can trust for your loved one. Find out more at pavilionseniorliving.com or call 444-5556. That's 444-5556.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Coleman and Company here on a Friday morning. Teresa Botts is with us. Now, I don't know whether the hammering that we're hearing a little bit off upstairs is coming through or not, but if it is, it's growing.
We'll tell them we're up dancing or something. We're moving. We're moving.
Well, you got to say this room looks a little bit better than it did a month ago.
It's
when you
bright. Yes, it looks so much better than it did because I was here when you were out of town back in the fall, and I was here like 2 days after everything flooded, and it has come a long way. So this is going to be such a great studio.
Well, our hats off to Susie for she is doing a great job here and got the right people in the right place, and she changes some things around in here from time to time. She's trying to get it just right,
and it will be.
Will.
Listen, I will say when they were talking about you being inducted into the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame and MJ is now being a nominee. It's so much more than just being on the radio. It's so much the community and the community service that you guys do and the outreach. And I know they take a lot of that into factor to this. But we are blessed. And I think like our senior center, we do have a fabulous senior citizen center. We really do. We have a wonderful staff that just loves the seniors. And our seniors realize if they go somewhere else, several have moved away, and we've got a little couple that's moved to Houston, to Conroe, Texas, and they said, we didn't realize what a wonderful senior citizen center we had until we moved away, and we don't have that here.
Mm-hmm.
Not all senior centers are fun like we are. Some of them are just kind of there. So we are a wonderful senior center.
You as activities director, among other things, are greatly responsible. You're a big part of why it is so much fun.
Well, we are there to have fun. And there are days, I was just going to talk about what's on the front cover. Have you gotten your newsletter? Did you get it yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you read the little letter on the front cover yet?
Just glanced at it.
So Patty talked to 2 of their members, but it's Miss Esther Wright Alsup's daughters that actually wrote the front page.
To be honest, I saw who wrote it, and I was like, well, I'll read that later. I was in a hurry.
Yeah,
but I did see the front page.
Don't read it in a hurry.
All right.
Savor this letter. So Pam and, I drew a blank. I felt like Mark Pody now. Pam and Shirley Wright actually, put this letter together, and they titled it A Special Place, a place to go, a place to find friends, and a place to start life over when that time comes. And their mom, Miss Esther, came to the senior center before I was there, and I've been there 20 years. Miss Esther celebrated her 100th birthday last May. Oh. And she is at one of the assisted livings here in town now, but she spent so many days at the Lebanon Senior Center. And just a little blurb from what they wrote. They said about Miss Esther. Miss Esther, she's in assisted living now, but she was a member for 20 plus years. She attended daily, playing cards, volunteering, traveling, playing bingo, and just making friends. And I just want to read you this last paragraph that they put in here because this is really us in a nutshell. And they said, as you start a new year, we hope that you will join us in being members and giving us giving as generously as you can in every way to make certain that senior citizens always have a place to go, a place to find friends, and a place to start life over when that time comes. And, they talked about Miss Esther, and they said, it wasn't just about coming to a senior citizen center. It was about community, friendships, laughter, and quality of life. And it is a great quality of life. I've heard so many of my seniors say, so many of my friends are gone, so much of my family is gone, and if I didn't come to the senior center, I don't know where I'd find friends. And they are family there. So many of them, are just like brothers and sisters and their mamas and their daddies. And it is just a really great place. And
well, it is. And I don't know, I probably would have never met Joe Carter if I hadn't gone to the Senior Citizen Center. And if you hadn't met Joe Carter's one of a kind.
And Miss Shirley that we all met.
Oh,
we had a
yes.
snow day the other day, and it was Cheryl's birthday. And Cheryl and Miss Shirley shared a birthday, and they're 20 years apart in age, but became best friends because they share a birthday. And they, so many friendships have been made there that are dear, dear friends. And when we do bingo and we say be one, we always kind of laugh and say, to make a friend, you got to be one. And you do. You have to open yourself up. When people come to the center and they say, well, nobody talked to me. Did you talk to anybody? Did you make an effort? And everything in life is you're going to get out of it what you put into it. And, you can sit home and you can watch The Price is Right and Andy Griffith, or you can come to the senior center and make some friends, have some fun activities, and then go home and watch Andy at night when we're closed. But it is just such a great place. I know that with Miss Esther, her husband had passed away, and she had her daughters. So many of my seniors say, my family, my kids have their families, and they have their jobs, and they have their life, and I don't want to be selfish with their time. I want to let my family, my kids enjoy their kids and their grandkids. And so I need to not be needy. I need to get out, and I need to make friends, and I don't need to be, taking up all their time. And I think that's a really great attitude to have. And there are so many great friends. If you're kind of quiet, I can find you a kind of quiet table. And if you're kind of rowdy, I'll put you with Goldie, Goldie and Miss Minnie. But
Goldie,
Goldie.
What a lady.
I always laugh.
so
She's our
much fun.
welcome wagon. If she sees a face that she doesn't recognize, she will introduce herself and make sure they feel welcome. And we need that there. The staff is busy, and it really isn't the staff that makes the senior center great. It's our members. We just have great members. They're fun. They want to be there. They appreciate being there. And, if we didn't do these fundraisers, we couldn't keep the doors open. Yeah. The electric bill, the gas bill. Thank you to the city of Lebanon, who has always made sure if we needed something, we never went without something that we really, really needed. Maybe not something we wanted, but something that we needed.
Yeah, even Chris Dowell helps every once in a while.
Oh, well, not really much, but not much. Only if it benefits Chris Dowell will Chris Dowell be there. Just saying. But we have so many others that do help us. So we're not mentioning him because I could name so many. But let me tell you some of the things we offer. And they had put this in our newsletter this time. Did you know with your membership, this is what you get? We have Maureen, who is our social services coordinator, and she helps people with Medicare issues. She has helped with housing. She has helped people maybe even with their food stamps and things like that. She coordinates our homebound meal program, and it went from 40 to 80 through COVID and is still sitting at about 80. So we deliver meals if they're in the city limits. And we do have a few people that have called that are in the city limits, but our city limits have stretched out a long way. And, we have volunteers that deliver meals. We have had to turn a few people down that were way far out because our volunteers, just didn't have the time to go that far. But we help so many people. We've got curbside pickup, which has remained, and so many people take advantage of it. They maybe don't feel comfortable coming in, don't want to get cold, don't want to get rained on. They pull up under the cover, and we run out in the cold and take them their lunch. And Elena stays bundled up, and Shirley and Kathy, and they run out and take their lunches to them. And then for those that really need to get inside and socialize and see some smiling faces and get a pat on the head from me or something, they come inside. So we're doing 3 different lunches every day, homebound, curbside, and in-house dining room. So our kitchen staff does a really great job. We have a unique boutique where you can come and shop. And I was going to say, I think I got this shirt in there. I love to go shop in there myself. We do take donations, and we love to get donations because if we don't get donations, we don't sell things. But every penny that's gone through that unique boutique goes back into our daily operations. We have a shred it box there, so our seniors can bring in things that they don't want to just toss in the trash, and they come and pick up about once a month. And so you can be sure that that's going to be shredded and your information is safe. Maureen actually has her notary, so we have notary services there if you need something notarized. Well, you can use the walking track at the Jimmy Floyd Center if you're a member at the Senior Center. And during this cold weather, we've had a lot of people that have joined strictly because for $25, they have access to that walking track. We get the swimming pool over there on Tuesday and Thursday mornings for a little water exercise class. I teach an exercise class. We've got line dance classes, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And we've got crochet classes, chair yoga, Tai Chi. We've got 2 really great support groups that meet there that I facilitate, an Alzheimer's caregiver support group and a grief support group. We offer a lot of craft classes, and if there's something that you really want us to do, let me know, and we'll work on it if we can get that added to the benefits that we have there. But if you're 55 and over and you're just sitting home, don't. Come out and make some friends because we got some great people that are members at the Lebanon Senior Center.
We really do. Thank you for being with us today. Appreciate the good job you not only do there, but when you come out here once a month.
It's
and
a
we'll
pleasure.
See you next time. All right. Teresa Botts, and that's it for Friday. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Till Monday, I wish you a fantastic day.